All right. So, let me know how the audio is. This is still a new computer, so there's always the chance that things go catastrophically wrong. So, yeah, just let me know if I'm either uttering no sound, barely any sound, or absolutely chaotically high amounts of sound. Um, yeah. What's the phoneme of today? What the phoneme that has been hidden from this world that I've been thinking about a lot lately is I don't know what it is. I don't know what you would call it. It's kind of like a duck quacking sort of sound. Like what would you call that? Like a like an ejective lateral affricate because it's coming out the side of my mouth like I like that ejective lateral affricate because I'm not using my lungs. I'm not using any airflow. It's just kind of like in my mouth, just going ah ah. Why, thank you. Minecraft eating sound. Oh god. Yes, indeed, Hayden. No, you're gonna enjoy this because I am currently working on some scene translations. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Yes, that's right. The Windex bottle sound. That's right. All right, let me see if I can get myself onto the screens in the proper way. The cues in Klingon. I don't even know how to interpret the cues in Klingon, and I don't know if I want to. Someday I'll meet Mark Ockrent and ask him myself. Like back in March, before everything kind of fell apart, I was literally going to go and meet Mark Ockrent, and I was gonna be all like, "Hey, I'm you wanna do a video together?" But then everything kind of shut down. So rest in peace to that. Welcome to the stream, Dylan. I'm glad you're able to make it after all this time. I don't know how long this one's gonna be. Usually they're like 2-hour adventures, but I don't know if I want to stay up that late tonight, considering I have a job. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, let me get onto the main screen, see how this works. All right, cool. Yep, that's right. All right, so as I have been recommended by Hayden several times, and I did not realize what an honorable recommendation this was until I really looked into the whole Snapcube Sonic fan dubs lore. But now I truly appreciate it in all of its glory, and I'm working on translating it right now, and and it's a good time so far. But the only thing is, it's got a lot of slang in it, lots and lots of slang, and I am excited about that because I've been trying to develop as much slang in Arodjun as possible because it's supposed to be a very informal, very street spoken language. So this is really helping me out. It's extremely vulgar, and that's exactly what I needed. You know, that's right. Yes, indeed. The phoneme of the day sounded like it's similar to except it's also got like a bit of a trill to it. Like it's like you're doing the articulation of except there's a very powerful trilling happening between the tongue and the side of the teeth laterally. So maybe it's a trill. Maybe there's some kind of little diacritic in the IPA that I could put on the lateral sound, on the lateral fricative to make it. I would love to put in a language, but I do not think it exists in the IPA. That's right, Hayden. Thanks for all the slang that comes out of this. I've already had to develop a lot, such as in the sentence "Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch ass motherfucker." I had to come up with a lot of content for that. And I have the spreadsheet on the other monitor, so I'll bring it up here. Yeah, so I had to add a good amount of stuff to the slang dictionary, as in the the bitch, the ass, the motherfucker, and of course the piss, the fiemma as opposed to femma for just urinate, which is slightly similar. It's not perhaps as vulgar as I would like, but then again, piss isn't a very vulgar word. It's like you say piss and it's like, aha, you're in a very informal situation, but it's not like you say piss and everyone's like, Mom! Like, no, it's not that bad. So I feel like it's okay having it be that relatively similar. And motherfucker, in the context of it being defined as someone who is like a person with no honor, no dignity, like they're worthless kind of thing. I have it as a person who by nature engages with oil and grease, because there's a lot of slang words that I've created so far that are related to things being like greasy or sometimes like buried, etc. You know, so it kind of works out that way. I think it's pretty cool. But right now, specifically, I am working on creating the glosses for these next few sentences. So I'm at the sentence, I'm making a call out post on my twitter.com, right? So if I have the twitter.com, but I need to make the word for a call out. So I'm making a call out post. So continuous make post. Now call out. How am I going to generate call out? I'm going to put that in brackets for now. And we're going to... yes, Grease. I like Boss Man. Yeah, no, that's a fun one. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so for call out. So what is a call out by definition? So we're gonna put this in the slang dictionary. We're gonna call it a call out. And it's gonna be in the context of like a roast, I guess. Like, well, what better ways are there to define that? As in maybe like a public statement. Okay, I'll call it a public derogatory statement. Okay, I'll call that a good definition for it. I'm an announcement of bad actions. Yeah, maybe. I kind of think this is better though, right? Because it's not like just a call out. It's not like an announcement of just bad actions in general. It's an announcement of somebody else's bad actions. It's like you, like, basically insulting or telling someone that they've done wrong is like the definition of call out. Okay, I'll add in like for wrongdoing or something. Yeah, that should accomplish both goals. Yeah, a call out, a public derogatory statement for a wrongdoing. Now, I need to go into my all possible roots list, and I need to see if I can find something in here that's gonna work. As in, Let me get my control F. So, do I have a word for insult? No, I don't have a word for insult yet. Okay. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Call out. Ah! I just created the word for declaration. Huxiao. Okay. Call out. So it could be like public speech. Hmm. I mean, I could create a word that means like wrongdoing, right? And then I could combine that with declaration. Say 胡椒 jo something, and that'll refer that it's a declaration of some. But that doesn't sound slangy enough. That sounds like the definition of the word. Hmm. uh yes, you are 100% right. No, I've been watching all of those Snapcube videos so much lately. I just showed everyone, including Margaret, if she's watching right now. It's definitely a worthwhile watch. So if Xiaihao is just announcement or proclamation, that might actually be better. But haven't I already used that for? Yeah, yeah. For the declaration of an announcement. Fiapionim inai husia Xiaihao buak yim yin khoma tao kocho e khinyao. Fiemi yujo cho tamai larfao tatfao. Okay, okay. We're good. We're good. Yes, you're always watching, Margaret. You're always watching. Hmm. Call out. Because how does a call out come into existence in English? Call out. You're calling somebody out. It means to call is like to beckon. Like you're beckoning forth a response from someone, right? So if you're beckoning forth a response from somebody, it could be like an incitement. Hmm. An incitement, like, but in the context of like you're trying to incite someone to apologize, that you're trying to incite someone to admit their wrongdoing. Hmm. I think I have an idea, because when you're doing a call out, you're kind of trying to like destroy someone, you know? You're kind of trying to damage their reputation. You're trying to break them down from a status that's higher up to a status that's lower down or more down to earth or something. So it could be thought of, and I'm trying to think of this in a faunal perspective, basically. You know, how would a slang term related to calling someone out develop in Alphonse Casanosha, where there's like a ton of war going on, like it's rather medieval, but also with a lot of modern sensibilities. I'm thinking you could call it like a like some sort of takedown. Like I might want to make a word for takedown in the dictionary. My hair looks so good. Thanks. Thank you very much. I I try. Maybe something based around punishment, like to incite punishment. That's true. That's true. Let me see if I have a word for punishment yet. No, I don't. Okay, cool. I think I should definitely create a word for punishment. And a punishment, I'll have it similarly placed in the alphabet to causing damage to someone. But I think I have a different damage. No, I don't. Alright, so damage is kach, or kachuma, or kachum. Okay, but and a broken thing is kachao. So, if I wanted to say, but kachao, kachiao, kachuao? No. I think starting with K will be enough, or with a ka. Let's see. How about... How about Kauf? Kauf with a geminated F. That looks pretty good. Is there a word for daddy or father? Oh, I'm sure Matanui would like my style. But, a word for daddy or father. I'm pretty sure I have not created daddy yet. I've got comrade, bro, and bruh. Myopin, Refin, and Raf. But no, I don't have daddy yet. I'll definitely put that on the list, though that's not my priority at the moment. ATM. Anyway, let's see. I think Kauf is good. That'll be a good root word for punish. So Kaufau. It can make a way to make punishment in a more intimate context. Ooh woo. I see what you mean. I see what you're going for there. So if we have Kaufau, right? So yeah, I already did that. All right. So if Kaufau is literally just like, not like punishment asterisks, but just like punishment, you know, there could be. Let me go to the table real quick. Let's see. So, professional, instrumental, union nationality. The commander of punishment. That sounds pretty kinky. Kaufib. Kaufib would be the person who's in command of the punishment. But anyway, maybe that even could be daddy, you know? Can daddy be named after me? Oh god. What like Peak? Where is Peak in here? God. LMNOP. There we go. Do we have a word for peak yet? No, it's not even in the randomly generated list. At least I don't think. Oh wait. There's Pika. There's Peak. Peak. Alright, well, we'll call its root word meaning to, like, master. We'll say Pichao is, like, it is master. Dominant person. Or daddy. There you go. It's named after you, Andrew. Hey, just because they're dog people doesn't mean that. I'm not even gonna continue with that sentence. We're gonna move on from that part right there. Just be happy. Oh god, I'm pretty sure I already have a word for lightning. Ah. Would that be too meta to make the word for lightning like Pikao? Maybe. Maybe it would. But then again, there's a lot of words in this language. And a few of them already are, already a few of them that are kind of based on memes. You know, since I don't have a word for it yet, I might as well. here. Pika will be the root word for lightning. And then Pikao will be a lightning bolt. And then the non-physical version will just be Pikach, which is like the uncountable noun of lightning, or like the concept of thunder, etc. Pichao. Anyway. Oh yeah, we were working on call out. Yeah, so where did punishment go? Alright, so we have Kalfao, right? So part of that is going to be... And I'm going to try and make it a corruption, because for it to be a slang word, I'm going to make it some kind of blending together of the combos. Oh god, tell us the meme words. I know that, like, I'm pretty sure the word for, like, breast is bichtetao, and the combinations, like, bich is, like, fertile, and tetao is chest, but I specifically made both of those roots come into existence just so I can make a word that sounds like a big tit that is, you know, that means breast. So yeah, that's one of them, and there's others that I don't remember right now, but yeah, and yes, indeed, that was in the book whenever I presented my thesis for its defense. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So we're going to have punishment, corruption of, and cal foul, and now we have to find incite. So do we have anything for incite? No, I do not. I don't have anything related to incite. We have cause, though. Cause and event mean them. To incite punishment. Incite. But that's different than cause. Cause is like just anything that makes another thing happen. But incite is to intentionally, I guess to intentionally cause somebody else to do something. So maybe it could be somewhere in the M section, at least, but nowhere else super similar. Maybe like made. Don't worry about the dog person titties. Don't think about the physics of it. Is there a word for mask that's like kanohi? Maybe that might be something I'm willing to do. Well, we'll check that out in a bit. Hang on a second. So we're gonna call made to be like incite. Cause, I guess cause like violent action is the root word. Now we need to go to the verb. Where'd you go? There we go. Intransitive verb? No, but I still need to create the form for it. Mate, and then whenever it's a D, what's the verb ending? Mate them. Oh, okay. Mate them. Sounds good. Sounds good. So I'll have mate them, which is if an intransitive version of incite was to exist, we would cause that, and then we'd go mate them is the transitive version, which means to incite action. Oh god, not in all caps. Not in all caps. Alright, oh god. No. Get out of here, boy. There we go. Alright, might them. So now we have So we have my kalfal, which means to incite punishment. And so now we're gonna make a clever, quick combination that turns it into a noun that can be a blend into those. I think just Mike Galfal might be getting the Klingon flashbacks. Oh god. I do not like Klingon's orthography. Like utilizing capital letters in that way, you know, I'm not gonna fully roast you for doing it, because maybe you really needed it for something, but Klingon didn't really need it. It looks like Mark Okrand just kind of did it to make it look different than English, even when it's written out in like a translation, and it just looks kind of a little like I would prefer using numbers as phonemic, like orthographic symbols than specifically making a contrastive capital letter. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Oh god. Don't say that about me. Alright. Aggressive sip. How about Mike Galfal? It is also supposed to be an adjective. So I'll have two different versions. So the call out will be the Mike Galfal, but the adjective will be the Mike Golf. I think that's smooth enough to look like slang. Mike Golf. Cool. We're gonna go back to the text. And I no longer need to have that in brackets, because I know what I'm going to call it. Alright, so I'm making a call out post on my twitter.com, and on is in this context. And now twitter.com. Now this not only needs to refer to a website, but it needs to refer to a website incorrectly in Arodjun. Now, how am I going to do that? They do not have the internet in Alphonse Casanosha. That's the thing. Polyespo moment. No, yeah, the video's going to stay up, Hayden. Don't worry about it. You know, it'll be uploaded probably a couple hours after the stream ends. And also I have a video coming out tomorrow morning, and it's a really big one. It's like 30 minutes long, so for everyone who isn't watching right now, there's going to be a lot of Agma Schwa content for them in the morning. Like a lot. So, feel good about that. Or, I mean, you know, it's a real honor. Anyway. So, alright, so on my twitter.com, I mean, we can call Twitter what it is, because that's not a thing that exists in the Arodjun world. Neither is the internet, but I still need to emphasize in probably a slightly different way. I don't know, I could just say, like, tweeta.com, you know, and that could just be, like, a word in Arodjun. But I feel like... I'll put that in brackets right now too, and I'll worry about that in a second. All right, so make a post, blah blah blah, blah, and then that is present first singular. Interesting. I mean that could work. That could be a thing. Just like calling it referring to it as some kind of program, because they do have television. That's the thing. They have radio. Radio is extensively around, and television is kind of like not necessarily a new thing, but the resources required to make TVs are so scarce that it's kind of like a public place and rich people only thing in most of Elfwon Casanosha. Like, you'll see a lot of TVs, you'll see a higher ratio of televisions per capita in areas outside of Rook City than areas inside of Rook City, just because of how expensive it is to make them and how like difficult it is to make them, considering that a lot of the technology is kind of, you know, hacked versions of ancient human technology. That being said, I could call it like Twitter channel or something. Twitter personal channel. that might be able to work. I think I'll do that. I'll call it like Twitter personal channel. So Twitter, I already wrote that. Twitter personal channel, my, which is genitive, making a call out post. All right, there we go. Cool. So that'll be that sentence. And then Shadow the Hedgehog. I already created the words for Shadow as a name, and Hedgehog. Yimi. If your name is Jimmy, your Arodjun name means Shadow. The call out channel. Frisch avocado. Yes. Yes, indeed. Alright, so Shadow Hedgehog. Oh, good. Oh, very good. You got a small dick. Alright, so dick. Small. But it is you got. So. Have, right? Have. Dick small. Present second singular. Exclamation point. Oh wait, I can't put an exclamation point in the gloss because that would mess it up. Alright. Oh, I don't think I do. Personal channel implies that the person being insulted is very wealthy, enough so to own a television station. That is true. Maybe I could do like radio station instead, because everyone has radios, and everyone has like local radios that, like, you know, they can broadcast to their channels. There's very little restriction on airwaves in Elfwonk civilization. In fact, the only city that has like airwave restrictions in general are Rook City and Chaizarun. So maybe I will make it like a radio station. I'll call it station instead of channel. Oh yeah, and it's also an adjective, so station personal. There we go. Alright. It's the size of... It's supposed to be this. It's the size of this walnut, except way smaller. Okay. So, this is going to be kind of like a... There's two clauses in this. The first clause is going to be a copula. So it's going to be like... Size of... Oh god, not zero. Of walnut this. Present third singular. Except... Which is but I'm pretty sure I have a word specifically for excluding. Right? I'm pretty sure that I do. Where are you? Except for... Well, that's like excluding. but not which. I think but is fine for that. Yeah. Alright. Now, I need to create a word that means way. It's gonna be an adverb. How would you say I drive a Chevrolet movie theater? That is something that I do not know. That is something I'm Chevrolet, like maybe like Chevrolet, Chevrolet, yeah, with like the she and Chevrolet being like the voiceless lateral fricative, Chevro, and then the la and the lay would be the voiced lateral fricative, so it would be Chevrolet, Chevrolet, yeah, and then movie theater. I mean, okay, I think there is theater that I've created. Well, we're not worrying about this right now, but that is an intriguing question. Just know that Chevrolet is Chevrolet in Arodjun. Just in case you were wondering. I know, that's like something that everyone has been dying to figure out. Right now I need to find out a way to say way smaller. Like extremely or very much, but it's got to be in a shorter way. It's got to be more simplified than that. Almost slang, some might say. I don't even know how way came to be in English, but that's a pretty weird thing to end up meaning very much. But I do have the words for, not slavery, very, oh, okay. I guess it's not in the all root words list, but I know it's who. Do I have who? Who's gotta be in there? Let's see, where are you? Big, many, and very. That they all are the same thing. It's like big, many, and very can all be just variations of who. So, I think I might be okay putting in the slang dictionary that, like, yeah, way. Big, smaller. Yeah, I mean, who itself doesn't mean big. Johu is big, right? As a word on its own. There is no strict construction on, on something, on just like who. Who doesn't exist as a word on its own yet, but it definitely could. And it could definitely mean like very or extremely. And it could also be hue, because hue means like way more, like the most. It's like a superlative almost. Like the biggest thing would be huhao is the biggest thing. So like way as in very much. I could call that I'll call that hue? Does it look better as hue or just who? Hue, yeah, I think hue is better because hue is well, I think that there's going to be a difference. There's going to be a difference in that situation. There's a difference between saying like who could mean way smaller, but hue could be like the smallest, like with the in italics. I think that would work, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna, oh god, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna call this I'm gonna call who, it means big, very, many. Alright, but then hue is going to be like biggest, most, and it's gonna be like the in all caps, like the blank est, or something like that. I'll figure out a better way to define that later, but that's not super important right now. Let's see. Alright, cool. So if we're gonna have that, we'll say way smaller. And even then, like, smaller, that's gonna have who in it too. So it's gonna be like who pech. Right? Who pech. Yeah, I think that's what that's gonna be. Oh yeah, and then I need present third singular. It's the size of this walnut, but way smaller. And guess what? And okay, what am I gonna do for guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Hang on a second. I'm gonna turn the air conditioning down. Un momento. There we go. Cool temperatures. Cool temperatures rule. Oh god. Anyway. Guess what? I'm not gonna make it exactly guess what. Because guess what's kind of weird, because you're not actually like meant to guess. It's kind of like it's a rhetorical statement, and it's kind of weird. It's like you say guess what whenever you're about to introduce another concept, like and not only this, or in addition to this. So I could take in addition to this and make like a shortening of it. So how would I do that? We're gonna go to not old word list. Okay, there's nothing for also in here yet, but I'm pretty sure we have something in here. You know? I might actually have a better idea for this. A more Arodjun sounding one. Maybe what am I thinking? That might work. Except again, like, it's not necessarily meant to like, you know, incite an actual answer. And I mean, I guess it's not in English either, and it's still written as a question and spoken as a question. Did you also know? Did you also know? Yeah, no, that is a thing that I could do. Because I know that no is voro. Yeah. So, like, the verb to know, vorom and voroma. So, voroma. Right, so we're gonna go and we're gonna add another entry for guess what? It's equivalent. We're gonna say, did you? What follows? I don't want to be that basic. Did you also know is, it's good enough because it conveys the information and also the innate immaturity of Eggman. I like it. So, did you also know? Did you also know? So, that is... Oh, I put that in the wrong type of brackets. Yeah, no, this is honestly what, like, half of my time is spent on doing, is just, like, typing in details, but then realizing that I like, completely incorrectly put in the formatting. You know, it's gonna be a while before Volume 2 of the Arodjun book comes out, let's just say that. Alright, so, Voroma, and then also, that's an adverb. Do I have another? Let's see. No, I don't. Let's see. I wanted to start with jar because I want it to be a simple word, and the adjective prefix is already ja, so I won't have to double it up because the reduplication gets smashed away in modern Arodjun. So if I did something like jar to mean also or additional, and then I go all the way over to the end in the adverb section. All right, so then. Oh, wouldn't that... Yeah, that would kind of mess it up. But that doesn't really matter. Because fidjar... Yeah, fidjar... That's not too bad. That's like the same amount of syllables as saying also. Just fidjar. I think that's fine. Fidjar. Also. Additionally... So, we'll go back to the slang dictionary. So we'll have fidjar, voroma, but it doesn't even need to be transitive in that sentence, because it's just like, do you also know? Or like, are you also in the state of knowing? And then, chai, you know. There we go. Question. That's like the yechai, you know, is the, well, ya is present tense, is you, chai is like question, like a variable, like really? So fidjar varom yechai is literally did you also know? So if I can make a slangier version of that, fidjar varom yechai. Just like a kind of quick, just like guess what? Or like, did you know? Maybe like, jar voromye, maybe. Then that might work. Like jar vorom. Like jar voromye. But at the same time, guess, that's not even really a question. You can make it into a command. Oh, no, that might be a thing that I could also do. Because it's like, also, might you know this? Maybe. Fidjar vorom yechai. Or it would just be fidjar vorom re. Because re is like the command version of you. Javrom re. No, I think javrom ye is better. It's smoother. Works better on the old tongue. I think I'm gonna keep that. So javrom ye. And there we go. And guess what? Oh, and I also can't put that in the gloss because that would mess it up. Okay, so then here's what my dong looks like. What great sentences. Can you translate "I'm gonna freaking die"? I might be able to do this by memory. Ahem. Kach. Yeah, wait. Kachum fecho. Kachum. Oh god. Kachum fecho. We. No, wa. Kachum fechomwa. That's I'm gonna freaking die. Kachum fechowe. No, that's you're gonna freaking die. Kachum fechowa. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Just so you know. I'll type it in the chat. Just in case you want to use that in your daily life. Kachum fechowa. There you go. Enjoy that. Cherish it. Anyway, here's what my dong looks like. So, dong. No, have to be appears, dong, and then this, but nominative. And then I'll just put like semicolon, and then I'll make the sound. I think that'll work. Oh god. Oh boy. Looks like we got a lot of translation requests. I'll do the Peppa Pig one first because it's really easy. Just it would just be Peppa Pig. That's it. Just just Peppa Pig. I am. Just Peppa Pig. There you go. Peppa Pig, yeah. Peppa Pig, yeah. I'll look at those other ones in a second. I want to get this sentence done first. Hang on a sec. Well, let me get this done here. All right. And then I might be able to put the no, my dong appears. So appears. No, dong would have to be a nominative in Arodjun's grammatical setup. So dong my, but so now we have to put it. It looks like here's what. But I think I have there's a special verb ending that I could go into the table and take a look at to be similar, like, za. Okay, so I need to find the verb for appears. Well, I don't need to do that right now. I just need the ending. Appears like, and then I'll just say like this, specifically an accusative, because in Arodjun you only need to specify the accusative when you also have to specify the nominative, or whenever there are other extrapolating circumstances where extenuating circumstances whenever you need to do that. Alright, it appears like this, dong not my jin. And then we have, alright, present third singular. There we go. Semicolon sounds. There we go. Alright, cool. There's not this. I'm over halfway done with it. I am not going to be finishing this tonight, but I just wanted to get you guys in a little bit on the progress. Like, I mean, you know, how I do it, basically. How do I make my words? I have a massive list of millions of them just sitting here ready, and then I find one that fits in with existing root words relatively well, or I find one that onomatopoeically sounds like the way I want that vibe to be, etc. But yeah, anyway, now let me try and work on a couple of these sentences that you suggest. Now I suppose the question is, what'll be used as a use of euphemism in place of dong? Oh God, that's true. That's true. I'll think about that in a second. Call an ambulance, but not for me. Oh God. All right, hang on a second. So if we're gonna call. Let's see, where could I find call? Call, beckon. I'm gonna make a word for beckon and call real quick. I think beur would be pretty good for that. Call, beckon, bring forth. So intransitive, that would be beurem, right? Let's check real quick. Sorry, I don't. Hang on a second. Where's R at? Oh, beuram. So that means it actually beuram because of the way stress works on here. If you didn't know, there's a really complicated way to determine the stress in words, as in like a, o, and e are considered more powerful endings than a and u whenever they're put at the end. So irregulars would get the double vowel in those kind of verbs, but you're always going to put a double vowel on the end of an verb. So if we're going into the all possible roots here, we would have beuram. So beuram would be to call, but you know, just intransitive, just like remember to call or something like that. Meanwhile, beurama. Oh God, beurama. See, I told you, all I'm doing is just like splattering myself all over this document. All right, so beurama would be to call someone, beckon something, call, or like bring forth something. All right, so beurama. So that's our first word in there. Typing that in the chat. Beurama. Now ambulance, there's definitely no word for ambulance yet. But there is at least there's tank, like a military vehicle. So we're gonna create a similar word, not viarvik, but we'll just say viar. Viar is going to be like just a car or a vehicle in general, because there are cars, not super common. Most of the time they use massive, a combination of mammals and macro insects, like enormous roly-polies that they call taxi bugs, basically. Or that's kind of like, you know, what you would call it in English. Anyway, so viara would be a car. So, and then medical is going to be the adjective attached to that. Medical treatment. Is there anything better than medical treatment? Yeah. doctor. We'll say it's a doctor-related thing. So adjective, jaklach, yeah, jaklach is going to be medical. All right, so jaklach. So beorama viarao jaklach. Right. So call the ambulance, and that would be re. Right. So re, and then but not for me, but is, where do I keep but at? It's somewhere on this table. I'm pretty sure it's zoo. Damn. I know that it's zoo. It's gotta be zoo. Yeah, it's definitely zoo. Alright. Zoo. And then Lem is gonna be for me. It's like the indirect object. Zuzlem. Zuzlem he. Zuzlem he. Yeah, that's actually the whole sentence. Zuzlem he. Alright, so the sentence, call an ambulance, but not for me, is this. Beorama viral jaklatre zuzlem hi. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh god. Alright, what else do we got in here? This is my brother George. Oh god. Taxi bug sounds adorable. Yes, indeed. Yes, it does. Though, they probably wouldn't be super cute seeing them in real life. Well, maybe. In a cartoon form, which would be the ideal medium to portray the stories if they ever are made that way. It could still look cute. Where do I keep my butt at? 2020. I got stolen by the pea lovers. Oh god. Alright, what are we doing next? I've got a request to translate "you smell like earwax tastes." Oh god. If you really want to. If you really want me to. Oh god, alright. I'm just gonna put a button here. Zoo. Anyway. Alright, you smell like earwax tastes. Smell. Cook. So that should be kukam, right? Kukam. It actually might be kukam. Oh, it's all the way in the back. So yeah, vealers get kukum. There's patterns to all of this. So kukum is to smell. And then kukuma is going to be to smell something. And because it's going to be pretty common, I'm just going to put it in here too. Kukuza is going to be to smell like something. So that's the first word there. The first word there is going to be kukuza. Kukuza. So you smell like how earwax tastes. You smell, and then that would have to become a noun phrase. You smell like the taste of earwax. So we're going to say Taste. Klihao. Alright, so Klihao. You smell like the taste. And then earwax, I am confident that I don't have a word for. So I'm going to find a nice one in here for it. Nyajnao. That sounds good. Earwax. So, Nyajnao. It's got a letter G in it too, just to make it sound extra yucky. Alright, so earwax. Cool. Alright. Nyajnao. Yeah. For you in the present. There you go. The sentence, you smell how earwax tastes, is kukuzakli nyajnao, yeah. Alright. This is my little brother George. Okay. Alright, so this is my little brother George. We're going to have to... For titles, there's two ways that you could translate this. You could say, this is my little brother, comma, George. Or you could make little brother his title. And you could say, like, this is little brother of mine, George. I'm going to do it the first way. Because, I think that sounds a little bit more informal. So this is my brother George. Gonna engrave that on a sign and put it on your front door. Beautiful. Alright, anyway. So... yeah, we're gonna do it the title way. So we're gonna start with little brother. So we're going to go to sibling, not sibling-in-law. I want sibling, but is there uncle, sibling, a parent? No. Okay, cool. So sibling, weak xiao. Alright, if you want it to be specifically brother, it's gonna have to be weak xiao, because that's masculine. Brother. If it was sister, it would be weak xiai. Alright, so Wikasiao. Wikasiao is the first word. Wikasiao. Alright, but if we want it to be little brother, like younger brother, we could literally put a letter P at the beginning of it, which would make it diminutive, like Puikasiao. That would mean literally like a smaller brother. It doesn't necessarily mean younger, but it literally means smaller, which I think still, cross-linguistically, still does the job, in my opinion. I think that might be good enough. And then Huikaziao would be like big brother. You know, I think that works. Huikaziao is little brother. And then I'll worry about that next time I need the word little sister. So we're gonna put Puikasiao. And then George. Oh god. Oh no, I see why you did this to me. Oh god, it's for the letter G, isn't it? Well, lucky for you, neither of those G's are gonna have to look like G's in Arodjun, because we have the digraph D and J. So Georgia. Yeah, that's how it'd have to be. Puikasiao, Georgia, and then Taka, right? Taka, because this. Like this one here This one here, B. Yeah. So, Puikasiach Georgia Takayo. There. Alright, so. This is my little brother George, is Puikasiach Georgia Takayo. Enjoy that. And then if you wanted to make it the other way around, like this is my brother George, then what do the apostrophes encode? The apostrophes encode kind of like a barely existent schwa, essentially. Like it's a spot where it's a spot that used to be strictly like a glottal stop in prior versions, but these days is just there to be a kind of a space, almost to represent a contraction, but it's just where like a tiny little schwa gets inserted where there can't be too direct of where the consonant cluster spaces run out. So puikasiach instead of puixiach, it's puikasiach. It just kind of adds that little schwa in there, just adds a slight syllable to it. It's on its way out technically, but we're not living in that time period right now are we? So yeah, Puikasiach Georgia Takayo. Yeah, like in the previous version of Arodjun, which I decided was like 100 years ago's version of Arodjun, it was the apostrophe exclusively referred to like a glottal stop. But then I decided, that doesn't really work anymore in the new version of Arodjun because I want it to be more slippery and more slidey. And so it kind of devolved into just like a micro schwa. There was a separate phonemic schwa that existed for a long time, but that blended together with to become like an depending on whether there's emphasis in the syllable or not. But this apostrophe in this situation is specifically meant to represent what is it? Yeah, just like a small schwa inserted in there. Meanwhile, there is technically still a glottal stop usage in the work yeah, so like that's how you would natively pronounce the past tense prefix, but that is also barely in existence anymore. That's kind of like a thing that an old person would still say. Interestingly, ka ended up kind of turning into ka, and that kind of even smoothed out more into like a cha, and some dialects have even replaced it completely, almost out of nowhere, with like a fa, but that kind of depends on the region, and I haven't fully delved into the specific dialectology of the Fwanel Peninsula yet. I plan on doing that pretty soon. I just need to find out a good way to write it down, and I'm still working on doing that. But the point is, ka barely exists anymore. I have it in Eggman's first sentence in the Eggman's announcement translation, because he's trying, in the very first sentence he says like, I've come to make an announcement, sounding like all formal and proper and stuff. So he's still gonna say ka at the end of that sentence. But yeah, no. Long story short, it's changing rapidly, and I still haven't fully written down how that's going to be specifically codified. Because there's so much Elfwonk world building just, still in my head. I know like all these very specific regional variations and stuff. And it's not even a big geographical area, but it's like they've been in the same spot for such a long period of history, and they've been relatively isolated from each other, and they've had different invasions and different conquerors and stuff that pretty much every city, or at least 5 different regions, no, 6 different regions, have explicitly different dialects of Arodjun. And so I'm going to have to make that in all of its complexities and details, and it's going to be really fun, but I just have to, like, you know, find a moment where I have the inspiration to, like, actually make a proper way to write down, like, the formatting for that, which is going to be a little annoying, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Oh god. This is Mommy Pig and this is Daddy Pig. Oh god. Alright, alright. So I'm gonna have to create a word for pig, because Peppa Pig I just considered a name. There aren't really pigs living natively in the Flannel Peninsula, but there are things kind of like pigs. You know, I'll call them javelina descendants that exist in this world. You know, more like a peccary. So I'll create a word for a peccary. I might have already created a word for a peccary. I have not created a word for a peccary. So I'm going to create a word for a peccary real quick. And if you don't know what a peccary is, you obviously don't live in Arizona. I don't want it to start with hua. I'll call it Lijmao. Lijmao. Right? That sounds pretty cool. Lijmao. Lijmao. Yeah, I don't like it. Laufao. That sounds better. I like that. Peccary or javelina or even pig can be Laufao. Alright, so Laufao will be a peccary or a pig or a javelina. Cool. Laufao. Alright, now mommy and daddy. Now, I mean, we already have mother and father. I don't think I have a specific word for, like, mommy and daddy. Now, of course, there's the word that we created for daddy, like, sexually. But I'm thinking of these, like, from an endearing kind of kitty perspective. Right? No, not sexually this time. As in... what's that word? Ameliorative? No, that makes something better. What is it called? What's the fancy term for something that you're making nicer? Like chiquito. But that's kind of like diminutive also, but diminutive in a good way. As in father, but nicely. I'll think about that formal word later. Alright, so if we're going to... mother. Oh yeah, because we have parent. Bachao. So formally, because they don't really have, they just have words for, like, parents. Yeah, it probably is diminutive. Micro schwa. I like it. Like, Bachao is gonna be father. Bahaich. Oh. God, I'm bad at typing. Bahaich is gonna be mother. So, a diminutive form of that. I think I could create a very slangy version of it. right? So if we have a diminutive version, message retracted. So if we have a corruption of, and then we have pe bahai, like little mother. And then we can turn that into pebai. And we'll even cut off the X at the end, because this is something that like little kids are supposed to be able to say. You know, double lip things are things that little kids are gonna say really quick. Bye bye, bye bye. I think that works. And then daddy will be pe bahal. Corruption of pebahal will be like pebajo. Yeah, we'll just call it that. Oh no, a Georgian Arodjun pigeon. Oh god. Oh shit. Please no. Por favor, I'm begging of you. Don't do this to me. Oh yeah, I'm still working on the piggy one. So peccary. All right, so that sentence is gonna be Leofao. But it's also going to be a title. So we'll call it Pebai Leofao Yo Wa Pebajo Leofao Yo. There you go. There we go. This is mommy pig and this is daddy pig is gonna be Pebai Leofao Takayo Wa Pebajo Leofao Takayo. Enjoy. I'm sure you've been longing for that for all your life. Okay. Alright, I might do like, if anyone has like one more relatively simple sentence request, I'll probably do that, and then I will end this stream and be going to sleep. Because I gotta sell plants. That's what I do. Oh no. Peter Piper was picked apart by a pack of panthers. Oh my god. You really want me to do that? Okay. 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 Might as well get started on that. Let's see. Peter Piper was picked apart by a pack of panthers. Alright, so we need picked apart. Which I definitely don't have a word for. Picked apart. Kind of like an informal version of, I guess, eaten. Or like destroyed. Torn apart. I'm just gonna make a new word for it. Don't worry about that. Alright, we're gonna say Orklum. Orklum is going to be pick apart, tear apart. Oh god. A Tibetan Arodjun pigeon. Then once the Georgian Arodjun pigeon is ready, we make a Georgian Arodjun Tibetan pigeon. Jesus Christ. Oh god. Levels of complexity that we have never seen before in this world. Disturbing. I'm. It is a little too complex, but it's too late. I've already begun. All right. All right. I'm back in the Arodjun zone. Arklomum. That's gonna be the verb for tear apart. But then, of course, we need the transitive version, or glomima. But then that gets smashed together into just orgloma. Orgloma is to tear apart something. Alright, now passive constructions are kind of tough to logically create in Arodjun, but it is possible. As in, via is going to be the starting for it. So, via Oklahoma was picked apart. Alright, now we need Peter Piper, who has picked apart itself, who has self picked apart, has picked apart him. Yeah, because the way passive constructions work in Arodjun is like almost always like some sort of reflexive. So if you want to double reference the if you want to reference the subject of the sentence, Peter Piper being picked apart by a pack of panthers, so you're going to have via, making it a perfect or passive or just like a completed action sentence, via or kloma, but then you're going to have himself, essentially, which is usually denoted by an indirect object, which is going to be nepe, considering implying Peter Piper is a male. So, well, not nepe, nem. Nem is the one. There we go. Nem. Alright. So, via or kloma nem. Alright, so via or kloma nem. And then we have a pack of panthers. So we need pack, which we're gonna see if we have the word either. I'm pretty sure I don't have pack, but I might have herd. No, I don't. So we're going to create a word for pack or herd in here. What letter should it start with? I'm thinking N. I'll call it Nitral, that would be cool. Alright, so that'll be a pack or a herd. Alright, so Nitral is a pack or a herd. Alright, so we have Nitral, and then that's definitely going to have oh no. Imagine not being fluent in Tibeto Carvela on Naname Arodjun Ultra French Creole. SMH my head. Yeah, I mean, seriously, if you're not on that level, just like get out. You know, I usually say that I'm not a prescriptivist, but if you aren't fluent if you aren't fluent in Tibeto Carvela on Nanme Arodjun Ultra French Creole, then like, come on. Are you even a linguist? Like, seriously. Alright, hang on, let me finish this. Alright. Nitraupe, then panthers. There is definitely not a word for panthers. But there are creatures that like that exist in the Arodjun world. Not necessarily in Ulfwonk, at least not for a long time, but they exist. I will create a word for them, but a word with a little bit more complexity, such as Cheobchao. Then that'll work. Panther. Alright, so Cheobchao will be panthers. And now we have that in genitive, so Nitraupe. And then we have Cheobchawa. Except they're animate because they're creatures, so Cheobchaur. Alright, so Cheobchaur. Fiorgloma, Nimnitraupe, Cheobchaur. And then we need Peter Piper. Peter Piper Ka, to demonstrate that he's in the nominative. And then Kao. Or Kao. I'll still put the apostrophe in it, even though it's not very useful. Alright, so Okay, there we go. Viarkloma nimni traupe chevchar piper kaao. Jeez, that's more of a tongue twister in Arodjun than it is in English. But there's your sentence. I hope I got every element of that. Yeah. Viarkloma nimni traupe chevchar piper kaao. Or kao. Oh God, Klertson. We need to do a showcase for Klertson, or however you pronounce it, because I feel like that's something that everyone needs to see, everyone needs to know. Oh God. There you go. What is the link to the spreadsheet? I have a link to the old version of the spreadsheet. I'll actually update it now. Hang on a second. Alright, so I have that. Let me go to Google Sheets. Where is it? Yeah, I have 9.0.2 on here, but I want to replace it. I want to import. I want to upload. Gotta go to my thick stick. Gotta go into linguistics, Arodjun documents, cut out 9.0.4. There we go. And then we're gonna replace the spreadsheets. Gonna import all the data. Change out the name from 9.0.4. Alright, that should be up to date. Let me get that link real quick. There you go. Let me go to my own channel. Oh wow, 863 subscribers. That's pretty good. Oh wow, 865 subscribers. That's even more good. Anyway, here, let me oh God, this is getting pretty meta. Oh shit. Oh shit. No, pause. Okay, hang on a second. Where's the live chat? I don't even go. Oh, yeah, of course. Right? Alright, that should work. Yeah. Let me know if that works. It should be just like a link to view. Yep, I see an anonymous cheetah on there. It's not a panther. Ironic, isn't it? But yeah, so that is today's version of the oh God. Yeah, we're not doing that. Google Suite is my go-to for conlanging. Oh, you wrote down the whole Peppa Pig intro. Peppa Pig Fuikasya Georgia Takayo, Peppa Lefa Takayo, Wa Peppa Lefa Takayo. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was a bit too old to watch Peppa Pig, but I do know what it is, and I witnessed the young folk watching it, so I know what you're talking about. Um, I've mostly seen memes like the what was that Surreal Entertainment that made the video of like the 3D Peppa Pig like abducting someone. But anyway, yeah, no, Google Suite's pretty good. It kind of lags for me because my documents are so massive. So what I do is, since people usually want to see the stuff that I have on there, I'll every now and then, which seems to be like every other month or something, I'll update the documents that I've been working on Excel by just kind of uploading them to those kind of files. So it works out pretty well in the end. The more demand I have for people to look at Arodjun, the more I will update the document for it. But you can look at that link, yeah, and just go with it. Yeah. So hopefully that link works. I'm pretty sure it does. Is Guam real? We want to know. That is a deep question. You know, we've all thought that Guam was a thing, right? We were all taught in school that they told us without even letting us question, like, hey, Guam, that exists. But how do we know? Have you ever seen a Guam? How do we even know what Guam looks like, you know? So, not saying that I'm questioning the education system, but, you know, we should have all been to Guam by now if it was really a thing. I don't know anyone who's been to Guam. Do you know anyone who's been to Guam? No. No. It's sad. The sheeple, they've been brainwashed to believe that some Pacific island that may or may not have been used by the US military during World War II was, you know, a thing that actually exists. Maybe someday they'll find out the truth. Maybe. Flat Guam theory. That's right. Hashtag Flat Guam theory. Hashtag Guam is a false flag operation. LibreOffice works pretty well too. I think there's even a cloud version we could host if we really wanted to. I've heard a couple people mention LibreOffice. Seems interesting to me. But I have not actually checked out the details. That'll be something for later. That'll be something for a time when I have more energy. No, we are 86 hashtag Guam trails, hashtag Guam gone. Guam is gone, as if it ever existed in the first place. You see, I've even got this Geography Now t-shirt, but did he ever talk about Guam? You ever see Barbs talk about Guam? I don't know. Seems like a missing spot on the map to me. Hashtag Guam fake. Hashtag show me the Guam certificate. Anyway, let me update my Agma Schwa subscriber count for the day, right? Because as far as I've seen, we are 865 now. Which is cool. That's like 10 subscribers in one day. And I mean, I know that's not like huge, but you know, for me, one who is trying to reach my life goal of having a channel with 1,000 subscribers, that's pretty good. You know, that is 1% of the way. Yeah, so I got an entire 1% today. Peppa Pig, TikTok, and collectively manifesting Guam in the hive mind. That's true. If the hive mind wants it bad enough, Guam will appear. You know? I think I'm gonna do that. If any of you are on the Discord and you want to make me a map of the lack of Guam with a nice subtitle to it, with some kind of Guam doesn't exist hashtag, I will gladly put it up on the wall, or I'll do it myself when I have more free time. But that's the thing, free time, that's a thing that only happens randomly on a Monday night. Yeah, I'm gonna be very busy for the rest of this week. Good stuff. The stream is now 100 minutes long, and Stream is also 100 minutes long, apparently. It's an open source and free alternative to Microsoft Office Suite and is available for Linux and all other OSs. Interesting. I will take Guam. You just saw. If you think you just saw Guam, you need to hide and you need to call the authorities immediately. But not the federal authority. They'll take you down instead. You need to call the Guam authority. Some might even call it the Guam authority. Wink, wink. I didn't even wink when I just said that. I just kind of, I raised my eyebrows when I said wink. Wink, wink. Eyebrow, eyebrow. Guam doesn't exist. Oh god. Try warp Guam. I'm very scared to see what happens when you type in warp Guam. Oh god. Yeah. Again, if any of you watching this live stream aren't on the Agma Schwa Discord, you should get on the Agma Schwa Discord. I highly recommend it. Yeah, do that. And then you could join the Agma Schwa Minecraft server, where apparently there's going to be a warp Guam. Oh god. Guam is an evil force against humanity. Guam is an evil force that wants to rule the world and turn it into a big Guam. Hashtag resist Guam. Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree with this sentiment. You know, Guam really needs to be stopped. We can't let the world turn into a big Guam. We won't allow it. This may be a Conlang channel, but we're making it our side quest to eliminate Guam. Because it doesn't exist, you know. It's a figment of people's imagination that can only manifest itself. So we need to make sure everyone knows that it's fake. And then this will be like the day that I find out that like half of my fans are actually from Guam and I just alienated all of them and I'm going to lose half of my subscribers. I wouldn't be surprised, you know. Sometimes I have very good luck, but when I have bad luck, it hits hard. A map, but everything's Guam. Jesus Christ. I'm serious. We're jinxing it at this point. Like, you know, of course Guam doesn't exist, but if in the slight chance that Guam does manifest itself in our live stream and in my channel, it will be the doom of me. Gamers against Guam. Gag gang unite. Oh, this is good. This is good, but also bad. Guam. That's right, Salem. That's right. There is no Guam, but only Guam. Salem, you live closer to it than any of us. At least as far as I know in this stream. I bet you haven't seen Guam. If not even Salem has seen Guam, then there's no hope that it could possibly exist. But maybe we're not quarantining from the coronavirus after all. Maybe there was an exposure to Guam. Things to think about. Big finger tapping head kind of moment there. You know? You never know. Oh god. Aren't we all Guam? We can be. But we try not to. We try to preserve our humanity as best as possible. Before it's too late. We may be the last ones left. That's our call to action. One Patreon support for Nga means one less Guam in existence. Scratching my leg. There we go. Maybe that was Guam. We're quarantined from Guamid-19. Maybe it's the Guam we met along the way. You know, when you really think about it, it is. It really is. With that in mind, I think this is a good place to end the Nga stream number 7, I think it is. Yeah, I wrote Nga stream number 7. If it's not, we're gonna pretend that it is anyway, because I don't make mistakes. Mistakes only cross my path, and I must cross them like a mere obstacle. Alright. Yes, with that in mind, remember, stay away from Guam. If you see any reference to Guam, just let us know and we'll take care of it. I hope you enjoyed those translations and stuff. I need to go to bed now. I am a tired Nga. There's a video coming out at 7:30 a.m. Arizona time tomorrow, and I would give you an accurate translation of what that means in like standard time, except daylight savings time is a thing in other states and other places. Like Arizona, well, most of Arizona doesn't have daylight savings time, so I never have to change my time throughout the year. I mean, maybe, I'm guessing the standard time of the world doesn't change for daylight savings time, so it's probably still UTC minus 7 o'clock, or UTC plus, no, it's minus 7 o'clock, yeah. But if you're in other places of the United States, it's probably going to be an hour earlier or later for you. I don't have the brain power to think about which one it is right now, because again, I live in that part of Arizona that's not the Navajo reservation, so I don't have daylight savings time, and I don't have to worry about that. So get pranked. Got him. Big old prank. Yeah, UTC never changes. That would make sense. And as I said, neither does Arizona. That's right. We are the two universal times, UTC and Arizona, except for the Navajo Nation time. Alright. Oh, your California's the same time as us now? Interesting. It's pretty cool. I guess for this set of time, we are Pacific time zone. Something like that. Anyway, alright, I'm actually going to bed now. Alright. I will see y'all next time. I'm going to be doing more live streams in the near future. I'm going to be trying to do like a lot more. The main night's going to still be Saturday nights. I'm sure some of you saw the good time that we put out on Halloween. And it's going to be hard for you to find that link because it's going to be hidden in the annals of time. But yeah, I'm going to do more live streams lately. Just because it's fun. It keeps me productive and gives me some kind of quasi-socialization while I'm doing conlang work. And yeah, alright. I will see y'all next time. Goodbye. Mwah. Mwah. Nga out. Hashtag Guamgate.